knows when the world is going to end? Not even your CEO of this company. Nobody knows. When the world comes to an end, it will happen suddenly. Two people will be sitting with a cloth between them, engaged in a business transaction, and the world will end before they can complete their discussion. A man would take his horse for water, and the world will end before the horse can drink the water. Someone will take a seed of durian to eat the durian. My wife loves durian. She's somewhere in the back there. And the world will end before the durian could reach your lips, said the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. When that end of the world comes, it will be sudden. And then you see the mountains like pieces of cotton wool. Huh? And then you see the graves of people and their bodies being pitched out of the graves. And then there will be a transformation of the entire world into something which is new. So if this is a world of space and of time, that would be something which would be different. But we are not concerned with the end of the world. No. We are concerned with an age which will come before the end of the world. And we have chosen to call this the end of history. That in this end of history, truth must triumph over all rivals. Justice must prevail in the world. The Security Council of the United Nations, that bunch of crooks, could do what they want. Governments could stamp their feet and jump however they want. But justice will prevail in the world, and the oppressor will bite the dust in the end of history. This is there in the Quran, where Allah says, فَأَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ هُوَ الَّذِي أَرْسَلَ رَسُولَهُ بِالْهُدَى وَدِينِ الْحَقِّ. He it is who has sent his messenger with guidance. This is guidance, not the stuff you get in the New Straits Times. This is guidance, the Quran. And the religion of truth, لِيُظْهِرَهُ عَلَى الدِّينِ كُلِّهِ. That this religion of truth might prevail over all rivals. History cannot end without this taking place. However, there is going to be an age which will precede that end of history, culminate with that end of history. And it is called, and you are familiar with this term in Malaysia, it is called Akhirul Zaman. But for some strange reason, I don't know why you say Akhirul Zaman. You must tell me why. It's Akhirul Zaman. And Ilmu Akhirul Zaman in the English language is called Islamic, now don't be afraid, it's a big word now, it's called Islamic eschatology. I told you it's a big word. It is Ilmu Akhirul Zaman. when Akhirul Zaman comes, then you're going to face the greatest of all tests and trials. And nearly all of mankind are going to fail. Very few will pass this test. And all those who fail will go into the hellfire, Jahannam. But Allah's Messenger said that there will be some signs by which you can recognize that you are living in Akhirul Zaman. And that is the topic of our lecture this afternoon. Nabi Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam had performed the Hajj, and revelation came down announcing, "This day have I perfected for you your religion, completed my favor unto you." And then he left Mecca and returned to Medina. And now there are only about 81 days left in his blessed life. It is at this time that the angel came. The angel came in the form of a human being. The angel came into the masjid, Jibreel alayhi salam. And the angel asked 5 questions. And of course, you're all familiar with the 5 questions. What is Islam? What is Iman? What is Ihsan? When will the last hour come? And what are the signs of the last hour? He gave 2 signs, and I want to share them with you today. The first one, very easy to recognize. You just take a taxi and tell him, "I want to go to KLCC." And you'll see it. He said that you will find the naked, barefooted shepherds, people who take care of goats and sheep. You will find the naked, barefooted shepherds competing with each other in the construction of tall buildings. In other words, you have to be blind not to see that you are living in Akhirul Zaman. If you do not have tall buildings in your city, you are considered to be backward. And so in Akhirul Zaman, mankind will measure progress, the height of buildings. The taller the building, the more have we progressed as a society. And people who think that way and are proud of their tall buildings, Nabi Muhammad is saying to them that you have the brains, you have the intellectual acumen of naked, barefooted shepherds, which is polite language. I could use harsher language than that. All around the world today, the skyscrapers of Manhattan are being replicated. Every city and every town now has its little Manhattan skyscrapers, including your Kuala Lumpur, And so here is a sign of the last day, which should function as a wake-up call.